Brandon Cutler from AEW. You're watching Cole TV.
Yeet, boy. Oh, greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome back to Pro Wrestling 60, where we talk about everything that happened in the world of professional wrestling this past week. I'm XLJ, the OG, joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother from the South Bronx this week, the south side of the Bronx, Mr. B.
How we doing out there, world?
Doing awesome, man. Doing awesome. Yeah, yeet, boy. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Oh, my gosh. We're going to get into that. But, man, oh, man. What a week it was this past week here in the world of professional wrestling. It just always just keeps going so ridiculously fast, doesn't it, Mr. B-Roll?
True story. I mean, it was almost like literally like life in the fast lane this past weekend. There was so much wrestling, this past weekend, and a lot to take in, a lot to consume. But as always, here on PW60, it ain't official until we make it official. So let's go ahead and make this official. The clock starts now.
That's right. And our top story this week is the modern war is raging. I guess that's what we would call this. But man, oh man, WWE versus AEW, man, it has been an interesting couple of weeks for both of these companies. And dude, like, just it's crazy to me, like the just the back and forth that's going on, and like just unique similarities that both companies have going for them. For example, right at the bat, you took one of the biggest, stars in the WWE is now in AEW, as Adam Copeland is all elite. And you have one of the fastest rising stars in AEW with Jade Cargill, who is now in the WWE.
It's like literally, it's like you're sitting there on like NBA draft night, and it's like we have been made aware of a trade.
Yeah, I don't know what the draft music is, but yeah, exactly. It's like do 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 do. There is a trade. Yeah, it's crazy. It's exciting though. The thing is, and I mean, the thing is, we got to get away from this whole tribalism thing. Like, oh, I'm a WWE person. Like, oh, blah, blah, AEW sucks. Oh, God, AEW rules. WWE sucks. Just enjoy wrestling. This is like one of the greatest eras, and we're so fortunate to be a part of it right now. This boom era, man. But it's just cool to see, like, unique faces you never thought you would see on the other competition's television screens. But that begs the question too, Mr. B-Roll. Are we going to see? Is this going to be like a continued thing? You think? I feel like I think this is just kind of the start of it. I mean, you got. There's rumors out there now that, like, of course, when Ricky Starks gets done with AEW, he's going to jump with Cody to the WWE. And then you have rumors you're hearing Sheamus, when his contract's up, he may be jumping to AEW. And we're going to talk about here in a little bit that we're going to debunk, in my opinion. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you make of this, like, as far as, like, wrestlers going over to a different company? Like, I don't know. Are you for it? Are you against it? How you feel about it? Does it make you feel good?
I think it's especially if Adam Copeland, like what would he, if he re-signed with WWE, what more could he have really done? Like,
exactly.
I
think Triple H said it best at the Fastlane press conference. Essentially, is like, Adam had done pretty much everything that WWE wanted him to fulfill. He felt comfortable. He had a great send off in the WWE. So, but now there's this out here, and there's like no hurt sides. This isn't like years ago, which I can respect, and I think is pretty awesome. It's just like there's no ill will against like each other. I mean, yes, it is a quote unquote modern day war, whatever you want to call it, with the companies going against each other. But the fact of the matter is, if you look back, everybody talks about the Attitude Era. Like, what stands out the most about the Attitude Era is like just the content that was coming out and the program that was coming out of the WWE and WCW. And it's the same here too, man. It's like competition creates
Yes.
controversy, like Mr. Eric Bischoff says, and that leads to cash. So just goes to
Yes.
show you, just like wrestling is just in a beautiful and healthy spot right
Yeah,
now.
and ultimately, honestly, like it's the talent that are winning the most,
Absolutely.
um, because they're like getting to almost like test the waters with free agency and
Mhm.
like I we gotta
There's
make another.
options out there that wasn't there before.
I'm gonna make another basketball reference, like because like I don't follow basketball as much as I used to, but one of my favorite times and that I do still follow is like free agency, like to see who's going to end up like going where. It's always it's an exciting time. So uh,
Yes,
it can create
100,
buzz. So it's definitely
110% agree, and that's the key thing. Like, it's a fun time, it's a wonderful time. So look at me, IWC. Look at me, wrestling fans. Just enjoy wrestling. Damn it! Just
yes.
enjoy and watch it. And
Honestly, I love how Light Skin Gaijin puts it. So sit your happy butt down and watch some wrestling with me.
damn Skippy Hippie. Uh, and now, people, of course, we've got a big, big, big night going on tomorrow night in the world of wrestling because NXT is going head to head against Dynamite because Dynamite's going to be on Tuesday this week due to
Yeah,
the
I I
MLB
I,
playoff.
I put the caption on there because I figured, like when these people who were getting asked if they were available, they probably got, "Hey, are you busy next Tuesday?"
Yeah. It's just crazy because, like, man, this Dynamite card is loaded. Of course, the in-ring debut of Adam Copeland's going to be crazy. We're calling it Title Tuesday, baby, because we've got some titles on the line. Ray Phoenix against Mox for the international title. Saraya defended against Sheeta, the women's championship. Jay White against Hangman Adam Page, and what Jay White's calling a title eliminator match, even though he's not the champ. But anyways, and of course, Powerhouse Hobbs, the newest member of the Don Callis family, going up against Chris Jericho, and Swerve against Brian Danielson. Holy shit, that is a loaded show. But oh yeah, by the way, WWE, it's like, yeah, you know what? Hold my beer because we are getting a hell of an NXT. Carmelo Hayes with John Cena in his corner, going up against Braun Breaker with the wise man himself, Paul Heyman, in his corner. Asuka's going to be returning home to NXT to take on Roxanne. Cody Rhodes has a major announcement. And I feel like there's a couple other things from NXT that are people that are going to be on the show, right? Like, isn't there some other announcements they made recently?
I not that I'm
I thought there
aware
was
of.
maybe somebody else. Maybe it's just like in my, but it's like, and then of course you hear the gong in the commercial for the NXT this Tuesday package, and assuming and rumors are that the Undertaker's going to show up, it's going to be a loaded show,
Yeah,
man. But at the end of the
that's
day, who's the
yeah,
winners, Mister B-roll?
the fans.
Damn Skippy Hippie. So once again, can't stress this enough. From all of us here at PW60, from Cole TV, just enjoy wrestling.
Yeah, and
Enough with the tribalism. Fuck
yeah,
that shit.
I'm not actually going to be watching any of this live because this is actually my wedding anniversary.
Oh, well, kudos to you, sir. And happy anniversary, my friend. But nonetheless, like I say, the wrestling business is thriving right now. And over this past weekend, we got to witness WWE Fastlane. Now, I will go ahead and say, unfortunately, your boys, something did come up where our plans fell through, so we could not be in attendance in our home, away from home, essentially, our hometown in Indianapolis, Indiana.
It's
But
okay.
nonetheless,
It's okay though because Pat McAfee said we're getting a WrestleMania, so we're good.
yeah, yeah, they're pushing for that. It could happen. Hell, if Minnesota is going to get one, why can't Indianapolis? I'm just saying. But nonetheless, let's get into Fastlane, and probably the biggest surprise of the night. We've got new undisputed tag champions, isn't it? Is Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes? They defeated the Judgment Day. How surprised were you with this, Mr. B-Roll?
I was surprised. And now I'm going to be honest though, and I'm not going to get into this, but I'll tease it to you because we're going to have to like discuss this off the air probably. But I got my gears are turning. I'm cooking. I'm cooking.
Okay, fair enough. Um, I think I don't know. It's very interesting. I think like this is going to be like another. Hey, it's another chapter in the story, right? Um, I wonder how long this is going to last. How long they're going to be the champs for? I mean, I feel like all things are teasing like we're going to get some form of the Judgment Day and the Bloodline teaming up to go against like Cody and Jay and some other wrestlers in a like War Games match at Survivor Series. It's kind of what I'm feeling, but I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. But as interesting as this was, we got to talk about the press conference where Jey Uso, as Cody Rhodes put it, had a couple libations in Cody's bus. Yeah, they were feeling pretty good. Yeet, what? Yeet. Who's it was funny too. I loved how he was like so like on it, like he was kept like he talked about at the beginning, like who likes my new song? It was just like, damn, Jay, you're feeling pretty good, brother. But that's what happens when you win tag team gold. You got to celebrate. And as Jay said, Cody was driving, so all is good there. But
Yeah,
nonetheless,
Cody's driving.
congratulations to Jay and Cody Rhodes, your new tag team champions. And Seth freaking Rollins would retain his World Heavyweight Championship in a war against one Shinsuke Nakamura. Uh, what do you make of this last man standing match, Mr. B-Roll?
I I I I dug it. Like it was nearly everything I thought it would be. Um, I liked I liked the color. Because WWE doesn't do that very much. But now, I mean, there were some spots that were kind of like, man, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But I don't know.
overall, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad match by any means. I do think this means we're probably done with the Nakamura Seth Rollins feud. Would you say
This is their second match or third?
second? You think we can get a third out of this?
I don't necessarily know that we should, but I think they may try.
Yeah, see, I just got a feeling they're done, but I don't know. Either way, like I love Shen getting pushed.
Yeah.
I know the end result. He's not winning that belt, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
Seth Rollins still retains, and he is your world heavyweight champion. Hey, big surprise here! Carlito finally has made his in-ring WWE return as he joined up with Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio of the Latino World Order to be their replacement partner, as the rest of the LWO had been taken out. As they ended up defeating the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. What'd you make of Carlito showing back up at Fastlane?
You know, I just want to give mega props to the Wrestle Talk Drip God himself, Mr. Hambony Bone, because he called this on
Oh
Friday
yeah,
night. Even before they had done like that scene with like they checked on him in the medical room. He called it. He called it after they got like taken out. He was like, Carlito's showing up.
yeah. I think it's long overdue. Like I gotta say, dude, it threw me off because when it came out, like the music's different. I was expecting like the spit of the apple, and I don't want to spit the people in the face. They're cool. I was like, what the hell's going on here? But hey, it's a new era, you know. And Carlito looking like $1,000,000 too. So, but it's gonna be good to see Carlito going forward, and the LWO has more members stronger, my friend.
You once got to tell him that he was a beautiful man to his face.
I did in an elevator. This is true.
This is true.
Also at Fastlane, Io Sky retained her women's championship against Charlotte Flair and Asuka. What was a really fun triple threat match. And honestly, in my opinion, I think this matchup was probably my favorite matchup of the whole show.
You know what? I think you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think you're right. I don't know though. I am getting a little tired of like the squeaking by with the wins, though. Because
Yeah, I think it. Yeah, because I don't think she really needs to be. I mean,
exactly,
Io Sky's a phenomenal wrestler. I mean,
exactly.
yeah. So, like, I feel like what we're gonna get is like this is gonna. I think she's gonna keep that belt, and I think WrestleMania we get like the breakup of Damage Control with Bailey against Io or something in some capacity.
Hmm.
But I'm enjoying her run now, Mr. B-roll. You know what I need? I need a clean one-on-one matchup with Io Sky and Asuka. Damn it, give it to me, Papa H. Give me what I want.
Yeah, because we haven't had that yet.
Not really. No, it needs to happen, man. Needs to happen. And also on Fastlane, the fastest rising star in the WWE, one LA Knight. Yeah. Was able to team up with John Cena and successfully defeat the Bloodline as they defeated Jimmy, excuse me, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa. Were you surprised with the outcome? I gotta be honest, I wasn't.
I knew that the Bloodline was losing ever since one that it was LA Knight that was going to be the partner, and then also to reiterate when they said that Roman was going to be back on SmackDown, be like, oh well, the Bloodline's losing. He's gonna got business to take care of.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. But LA Knight in a big moment, one of many yet to come, of course. But you know, the one thing I took away the most from this match, and I just want to say this. John Cena, I respect the hell out of you, dude. It's weird, like how all these years later, you know, during the Ruthless Aggression era, just disliked him, especially the PG era. But now it's like, you know what? John Cena's like one all-time great. You can't deny it. You can't deny it, man. It's great to see him back in the ring, but I gotta say this, man. Looking at him with the hat on, you tell me he does not look like a jacked up Ernest P. Worrell. I'm just saying. If we're gonna remake the Ernest movies, man, let's fucking get Cena in there and stuff too. Did you notice also while he was wrestling, man, Cena's got like a huge bald spot too, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god, what's going on? Oh, we're getting so much older, bro. But anyways, I digress. Enough about John Cena's looks, but still, it's great to see Cena in the ring. Now, let me ask you this: are we done seeing John Cena for a little while? You think he sticks around in the WWE?
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna find out soon enough.
Time will tell.
Time will tell, indeed. Well, Mr. B-roll, it's come that time in the show. Let's go to Husky with a hot take.
What's going on, PW60? So, last night was WWE Fastlane, and we saw, in the pre-show, we saw Jade Cargill come out, assumingly in gear, to talk to Triple H. And that was all that we saw of her on the show. My take on the whole Jade Cargill thing, I think they're going to do exactly what they did in AEW with her. They're going to give her a Goldberg-like run and just mow through everybody. Her first target, she's the one that takes down Rhea Ripley. I don't know. What do y'all think?
That is interesting, B-roll. Like, yeah, I do feel like, I don't know. I do feel like her being at Fastlane, like just being like the backstage segment. I do wish they would have kind of done some more with that, but I guess we're gonna get that over time. But I don't know. It is what it is. But
yeah.
Now we were interested in life. We were talking about new tag team champions in the WWE. Can you believe this? We got new tag team champions in AEW as well, as Absolute Ricky Starks and Big Bill defeated FTR on Collision. I messaged you this and I was like, holy shit, what the hell just happened? And like your first thoughts, like, they're gone. Do you still think FTR is gone after this?
No, I do not. Because I guess Dax kind of debunked that, but I almost wonder if it's injury related, or I don't know. I
I heard Cash is hurt, so I think that's part of it. And I kind of wanted to debunk, like, say this too as well. correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure they just signed like contracts with AEW a couple months ago or something like that.
Yeah, they
So they're
re-signed.
locked up. They're not going anywhere, folks. I think
Yeah.
this is a lot of it's due to injury. And like you said too, give Ricky Starks his flowers, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I guess I did say that yesterday when we talked about it.
Yeah. And Big
Because
Bill too. Great for
Yeah.
him too. I love Big Bill, man. I'm not a fan of his name, but I mean everything else is great about him. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's
and
going to be
I
interesting to see.
I have another theory of where this is going too, but we ain't got time to get into it.
Oh, okay. So we'd have to go down Pandora's box. What you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm sure you're going to hear that theory soon enough. But let's talk about the rest of Collision from Saturday night. It was a loaded show. Incredible matchup with Brian Danielson going up against Kyle Fletcher. And as we all know, Kyle Fletcher's partner, Mark Davis, is out with an injury. Going to be out for a little while. Do you think we are about to enter the Kyle Fletcher era? Because I feel like he has been utilized very well since that injury and been put in some very prompt and high profile matches. And it's obviously he can go.
He can go, and he's not bad on the mic at all.
Yeah. So it's very interesting to see, Mr. B-Roll. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know though.
Yeah. Also on Collision, we got to see the Bullet Club Gold was in action, as well as the Acclaimed were in action, successfully defending their Trios Tag Team Championship. Timeless Tony Storm with another phenomenal performance against one Kira Hogan.
Are we talking about the Acclaimed were on Dynamite? Were they on Collision too?
They were on Collision too, yeah.
Oh, I must miss that.
It's the Acclaim because their match was like about a no, they had a pitcher, so maybe it was like your pee break, go to the nachos, go get nachos, etc.
Probably.
But yes, the Acclaimed were in action, as well as Eddie Kingston successfully defending his championship against Commander, and of course Adam Copeland. Once again, it's just so weird to me to see him like in a ring with like a Tony Schiavone, like we saw on Wednesday. Just think of him like on TNT and TBS and Turner Television. It's still it's a weird adjustment, man, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. B-Roll, it's that time of the week. Let's go to Bree with our Tribal Queen Tidbit of the Week.
Hello, everyone. It is your Tribal Queen Bree with your Tribal Queen Tidbit of the Week. I have been slacking with these. I apologize, guys. So, the big news that probably a lot of people are going to be talking about is that Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge in the WWE, is now with AEW. And in saying this, Tony Khan, if you watch PW60, please look me in the eyes and listen when I say, can you please put Adam Copeland and War Daddy Wardlow in a match, please? That's all I'm asking. But it's going to be interesting to see the possible matchups that he has. I kind of want an Edge and Christian tag team reunion, but a feud would be okay too. But just to see them two in the ring together is chef's kiss amazing. That's all I got for today. This is your Tribal Queen Tidbit of the Week.
That would be interesting. And hey, that segues. Let's talk about Dynamite from this past week. It was a tremendous show. Of course, the 4-year anniversary. It's crazy to think it's been 4 years. Can you believe that, Mr. B-Roll? It's this many.
4 years. 4 more years. 4 more years.
4 more years. And
sorry. Had to do it. Had to do it.
But man, this 4-year anniversary show was loaded, dude. How about let's talk about that opening matchup first of all. Ray Phoenix against Nick Jackson. And of course, it had to be our match of the week, man. Because, every time these guys are in singles matches, which it doesn't happen a whole lot, and I can actually say I was there to witness one, just saying it, my first Dynamite I ever went to many, many years ago. But Ray Phoenix did retain his international championship. But, man, oh, man, what a tremendous opener. And like I say, it just had to be our match of the week here on PW60. But also, we have to talk about this. We mentioned her a little bit earlier, but Timeless Toni Storm. Oh my gosh. Like, you talk about somebody who's having, like, going out with a bang at the end of the year this year, dude. It is Toni Storm. Toni Storm is one of the hottest acts in pro wrestling right now. She is killing it. I mean, my God, I just loved, like, the. What was it she said before they went to commercial break? It's like,
We
and
will be
now,
right. We will be right back after these very important messages from these very important sponsors.
yes. And then in Bitcher, she says, like, who wants a titty slap? Oh. Oh my God. Toni Storm is killing it right now. And of course, you know where this is going. Toni Storm is Timeless Toni Storm is our wrestler of the week here on PW60. Like there was any doubt. I mean, and I just love too. You also notice, like, with the makeup and stuff, how it's kind of half, like, like it's kind of messed up a little bit, just a little bit, and then, like, the entrance is great too as well, man. But dude, Toni
Yes.
Storm's killing it. But she is our wrestler of the week here on PW60. And also this week on Dynamite, it was very interesting as one Powerhouse Hobbs is now the newest member of the Don Callis family, as he would come out and just beat the holy hell out of Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. What do you make of the newest family member of the Don Callis family is Powerhouse Hobbs?
It's interesting. They had that painting of, like, the Lord's Supper, right?
Yeah.
Like, is he gonna have 12? End up having 12 disciples?
Oh, that'd be crazy. Could you imagine if they do that? Crazier things have happened, though. And also, as Brie mentioned, Wardlow is back in AEW. Now, you probably noticed this because I know you are a stickler for the details. Wardlow's like wrist tape. It said MJF on it. What's up with that?
I actually didn't notice this. It had to be pointed out to me on social media. Honestly, like, I blinked and I missed Wardlow's match. Honestly, like, I saw the entrance.
It was pretty quick.
Yeah, I blinked and then it was like, oh, he's already off of TV.
But yeah, it's great to see Wardlow back in the ring. But let's talk about the big moment of the night: the in-ring or the Dynamite debut of the Rated R superstar himself, Adam Copeland. And what a tremendous moment, Adam Copeland in ring. The promo that he cut was so incredible, man, so passionate. And then I loved how, like, he had Christian come out or Uncle Jay, and, like, God, man, like, just so, like, pouring his heart out. Like, this is it. This is how I want to end it. Retire. It's time, Jay. It's time. Let's be a tag team. And then Christian is literally doing his best work right now, which is crazy to say. And that classic line to end the night. What'd you make of this moment between these two?
The go F yourself. I absolutely loved it. And I love that they made a shirt for it too.
Yes, they did. But seriously though, is Christian Cage not doing the best work of his career right now?
Oh, I completely agree.
And how insane is it to say that? Because he's had such an incredible body of work. But yeah, like right now, he's untouchable. Like, it is insane. But this moment was tremendous. Like, I can't wait to see where we go from. I ultimately feel like, okay, this is what we're getting is this is going to be a rivalry for a while, and then it's going to slow build to eventually them being partners one more time. And I think, like Adam said, like, I think that's how they go out as tag team partners. So I'm excited for this. I can't wait to see where this goes from. This is like week to week. This is going to be so entertaining. And like I say, just having Adam Copeland and AEW, it's a win for all wrestling fans. But I have to say this, Mr. B-Roll, like Christian Cage, this moment, like, or that famous line, it almost wasn't quite what was delivered. And you know how we know this? Because we got exclusive footage here. Because our good, close, personal friend, the Best Scout Machine, was actually working with Christian Cage and Adam Copeland on Dynamite this past week. Take a look at this.
Edge, Christian, we're about to make a baby. Oh, yeah, Adam, dear God, there's too many damn Adams in this company. Pretty soon the A in AEW is going to be Adam. But today we're going to rehearse what we got planned for this evening. This amazing, I'm the best acting coach in all of wrestling. Now, I got a few suggestions for when you finally embrace. Now, Edge, Adam, I need you to just be so happy that you two are going to reunite. And Christian Cage here, I got a few suggestions for a few things you could say that's just going to bring it home. It's going to be super impactful on Impact. We're on AEW, we're not Impact Wrestling. Weren't you there once? I want you to tell him how good you think he smells. I want you to point out how you both have the exact same hair color. Like, did you dye, like, is you actual brothers, or did you dye it the exact same color? Because I'm sure you're both going gray now. Like, if you just put it in the right position, I'm sure it'll look like you're one head. I want you to tell him, as long as you're a thick girl, you know that it's on. You know that it's on. I want you to point out how you both have the exact same hair color. Like, did you dye, like, is you actual brothers, or did you dye it the exact same color? Because I'm sure you're both going gray now. Like, if you just put it in the right position, I'm sure it'll look like you're one head. You get about 350? It spells disaster for you at Sacrifice. I want you to quote a famous Canadian. Yes, that Canadian. It cuts like a knife! Yeah, Bryan Adams. What Canadian did you think I was going to reference? Oh, and also the other Canadian, Shania Twain! You're still the one I run to, the one I mean. Guys, don't start crying. You know, I'm really disappointed in the two of you here. Because, sure, Christian, he's giving his all, but Adam, I don't know, I just feel like you're not even trying. You're not even throwing out any suggestions. In fact, you know, you can go fuck yourself. Wait a second. Light bulb.
And thus, a legend was born, apparently. Really throwing me off there with that music, too. But anyways. Oh, best gouge, you've done it again. Well, hey, let's talk about Rampage from this past Friday night, too, and a loaded show there as well. Got to see the Hardy Boys in action, teaming up with the Best Friends, going up against the leftover members of the JAS. So looks like there's some dissension with the. Like, do you think they'll get like a stable name or something at some point, or is it just going to be kind of like, eh?
I think it's just going to be kind of like, eh.
Yeah. I kind of get that. I kind of get that vibe too, as well.
Maybe their stable name should be, eh.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the four-way to determine the number one contender for Eddie Kingston's championship. Of course, as we know, that match took place at Collision, where he ended up meeting Commander. But Rampage, a solid show. And of course, Chris Statlander. Anytime you get Chris Statlander on television, it's a win for me, as far as I'm concerned. And Rampage and Dynamite took place this past week in Stockton, California. And it just so happens to be our good, close, personal friend, Sienna Chanel, was actually on hand for both of these shows. Check this footage out that she sent us from those shows.
Tofu, you want me at full gear? Huh? Well, I've got to work for you. You're on.
Oh, no. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay.
Go fuck yourself. All I want to say is thank you everybody again. Can't wait to see you guys again. Watch Dynamite!
it's me, Sienna, or SC. Just wanted to give my quick thoughts about, AEW Dynamite and AEW Rampage from this past week. I had an absolute blast, even though it was the debut of the show in Stockton. I do not recall when is the last time there was a major pro wrestling event in Stockton, though, but it was an absolute treat. I know a lot of people did reach out to me asking me, was there any audio issue in person with the Adam Cole, Roger Strong, and the Kingdom segment? There wasn't even any audio issue. However, right on supposedly commercial break, Justin Roberts said that they did acknowledge of the audio issue with that segment, and AEW was very generous enough to replay the segment again with the fixed audio. So it was kind of like, during commercial break, Justin Roberts introducing the staff, of course, and again, it was a lot of fun, and of course, my sign did actually made it on TV, which, made my heart so happy, just to give Adam Copeland a homecoming welcome to AEW, of course, but yeah, so anyway, I had an absolute blast. It was a lot of fun. Hope y'all really enjoy the fun clips of, the show I've gone to, and as always, so yeah, and take care, and etc.
There you have it. Well, huge shout out and thank you to Sienna. I'm so glad you had an awesome time. I loved her reaction to the Christian saying "Go fuck yourself, man."
Yeah, she got some good
Priceless.
footage.
Yeah, she did. She had some great seats too, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we do have a little bit of an update for AEW's Full Gear, which is coming up here in November. Looks like we know what our main event is going to be, Mr. B-Roll, as no surprise. MJF will defend his AEW World Heavyweight Championship against the Switchblade Jay White. Dude, this is going to be freaking awesome. I am so excited for this matchup. How you feel?
I have a couple of thoughts on this. My first thought is I always love the Full Gear graphics. Always love them. Always like some of my favorite graphics. I love the metal theme and everything. I love it. But this is the Jay White that should have been from the get-go.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Does Jay White win it though? You think so?
No. I said that's where I was going though, because I wonder, because of that whole 2024. I mean, really, this would almost be one of your last big chances to do it.
I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see. And the great thing is we still got several weeks to build to Full Gear. So it's going to be interesting to see where we're at that time frame.
Have over a month.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is going to be a good one, dude.
Cannot
wait. Well, let's talk about Monday Night Raw this past week, which once again, we always do this. It just seems like this was a lifetime ago. But Raw was an action-packed episode. But Mr. B-Raw, I want to get to the moment everybody's talking about. The reunion as Johnny Gargano returned to the WWE to save his partner, Tommaso Ciampa. And it appears as if DIY is back, baby. What do you think of this one, B-Raw?
Tag champs?
Maybe. Possibly. I think they could be future tag champ. I'm glad you said that, because I did forget to mention this earlier when we were talking about the Jay and Cody winning the tag titles. I honestly think that will be the next feud after this, whatever happens if they do War Games. I think we're going to get a Sammy and KO feud against Jay and Cody. I think because it's going to be some hurt feelings there or something oh, so you guys are the tag champs. I don't know. I just think there's going to be interesting to see what happens these next couple weeks on Monday Night Raw. But this tag team division's loading up as now you got DIY is back. And I do have to say this, man. Tremendous matchup on Monday Night Raw, too, with Tommaso Ciampa going up against Gunther. I thought that was a great matchup. Loved it. Anytime you get men slapping meat, I'm for it. Did I just say that out loud? Anyways, let's talk about Friday Night SmackDown. SmackDown was a loaded show. It was the go-home show for Fastlane. We got to see Damage Control in action against Charlotte and Asuka. Bobby Lashley going up one-on-one against Rey Mysterio. Hell of a main event, too, with LA Knight going up against Jimmy Uso. And, Dragon Lee going up against Austin Theory on this show, too, man. And, of course, the wise man acknowledging mommy. Pretty interesting. What'd you think of Friday night?
Yeah, definitely some of the most entertaining stuff was the whole Bloodline Judgment Day collab type deal, and hinting more and more towards a War Games type match. And then also one other thing I would say, they did actually call the team of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. They called it A-Town Down Under.
Oh, I missed that.
They actually said it on commentary.
A-Town Down Under. Well, it works, man. So, hey, that's another great tag team that you can add to this already loaded tag team division. So it's gonna be great to see them in there as well for the hunt. But overall, Friday Night SmackDown, solid show. And let's talk about NXT from this past week. But here's the thing I want to start off with first. NXT made history, Mr. B-Roll. I don't know if you know this or not, but this is the first time in this modern era, if you will, where literally actually 50% of the entire show was dedicated to women's wrestling. About damn time. There was a ton, and it was cool too, because there was literally, I think I was reading something, it was a 30+ minute of nothing straight, but women's matches and stories being told and so on and so forth. Because of course you had the breakout tournament kicked off this week on NXT. I'm really enjoying, although I still want my girl Thea Hale to be a part of Chase U. But it's looking like, she's going to her darker side as she's teaming up with JC Jane now. We got to see Gigi Dolan in action against Blair Davenport happened as well. Of course, Ilya Dragunov got to come out for the first time as the new NXT champion. But the biggest shocker of the night, looks like we've got a new North American champion, as Dirty Dom has done it again. He is now a 2-time North American champion. Why the hell did this happen? Why did Trick Williams even win the damn thing for him to lose it a couple nights later? I need to know, Mr. B-Roll. Come on now. You're the one who's got this figured out. You can figure out the conspiracies. Why did why did he only hold the belt for a couple of days?
I'm not sure, but I did get a message from our good friend, the CDC, who we will hear a New Japan report from later, I do believe.
Got to edit that out, too. We got to edit that out, too, because we don't got a New Japan report. I'm sorry.
It's good. 3, 2, 1. Now, I will say I did just get a message from the CDC. He said reasons.
Reasons, yes. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think maybe it was done to kind of tease some tensions between Carmelo and him. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still I don't know. I was really digging Trick being the champion, and it was just too short. But Dom does get the belt back, so I guess I'm okay with it. So it is what it is. But I don't know. I really just wish there was such a short title run. So, but like you say, this happened. Obviously, it happened for reasons. Well, let's talk about Thursday night as we look at Impact Wrestling, which we say it here every week. Impact is one of the most underrated shows on television today. If you're not watching Impact Wrestling, you need to be giving them a watch, because this week they had another loaded show. Dude, that matchup between Killer Kelly and Tasha Steelz, chef's kiss. Anytime I get to see Tasha Steelz on my TV, I am for it.
And you're going to get to see a Deonna Purrazzo, Tasha Steelz versus Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich for the tag titles.
It's going to be dope.
Bound for Glory.
Cannot wait. How about the segment with Tommy Dreamer and Crazy Steve? And like Crazy Steve just like freaking like getting Tommy with like a fork and stuff. It's just like, okay.
I can't look at a fork the same way anymore.
I know, right? Also, we had a big 10-person tag. And how about the Fans Revenge strap match with ABC going up against John Schuyler and our good close personal friend, Jay Fidel. Moose was in action, as well as Josh Alexander going up against Khan as Josh Alexander gets ready for his big matchup for the Impact World Championship against Alex Shelley. And I'm telling you, like I say, if you're sleeping on Impact, you need to be watching them every Thursday night. I don't care if you're watching it on Axis. I don't care if you're watching it on Impact Plus, you're watching it on YouTube, whatever. Do what you can because it is definitely worth checking out Impact Wrestling. And we have got a big Bound for Glory coming up, but also the Fallout, which may even be huger as this matchup was announced, Mr. B-Roll. Josh Alexander going one-on-one against Will Ospreay could possibly be for the title. Just depends on what happens at Bound for Glory. Holy shit, right?
Yeah. Ospreay could be Impact World Champion.
And I'm excited for Ospreay and Bailey, but I don't know. To me, this is the one I feel like, last year we had a match that was a serious contender for match of the year between Josh Alexander and one Speedball Mike Bailey. I got a feeling that's going to be the equivalent for this year. This matchup with Josh Alexander and Will Ospreay, dude. This is going to be nuts.
Yeah, and I will say on the flip side of this, so Alex Shelley is going to go up against Jonathan Gresham during Fallout in same scenario. Whoever either Shelley retains or Alexander wins the belt. If Shelley retains against Gresham, that will be for the world title.
Well, that's either way. It's going to be exciting to see what happens with Ospreay going one-on-one against Josh Alexander, dude. I'm here for it, dude. It's going to be dope as hell. It's going to be incredible. Well, Mr. B-Roll, it's that time of the show. You look like you need a little spiciness added to your life. Let's go to Spicy Guac with a spicy take.
The spiciest of guacamole is here, letting you know, Boomaye is for the people.
He ain't wrong. It was sweet, but it made a lot of sense. And hey, speaking of spiciness, and speaking of the Boomaye, oh my god, I just fucked this up. I feel like, God, I'm sorry, dude. Can we cut this out again? Fucking blooper central. All right, you're taking it. And yes, that is right. Boomaye is for the people. And hey, if you watched us last week, we had a huge announcement. Want to announce it again. We are going to be a part of the Boomaye Birthday Bash this upcoming October the 21st at the Janesville Wrestling Alliance. As Alex Kane will be celebrating his birthday with us and with everybody else there at the JWA. It's going to be a hell of a show. We're going to have a table there. Come out and see us on October the 21st at the Rock County Fairgrounds. Of course, we'll have some more information on that coming in the coming weeks here on Cole TV. But how excited are you to be a part of the Boomaye Birthday Bash with the JWA?
Hey, I mean, I'm going because I was told there would be cake, so that's why I'm going.
All right. It's going to be a hell of a time. And like I say, you can look for us there on October the 21st. It's going to be an amazing night of professional wrestling action. This past weekend, GCW held its Fight Club shows, and the Art of War Games took place as Team GCW went up against Team Freedoms in a brutal and violent War Games matchup. Of course, GCW picking up the win. But man, oh man, this was about exactly how I thought it would be. It was a ring full of blood and glass and just craziness that ensued. But somehow GCW was able to pick up the win. Pretty awesome weekend for GCW. And a little bit of an update on the Hulk Hogan biopic. Like anybody really gives a shit. Actually, I do kind of want to see this just to see Chris Hemsworth playing Hulk Hogan. So apparently, I believe like Netflix has lost the rights to the Hogan's flick, or this is according though to Hulk Hogan himself. So I don't know how accurate this is because this is the same man who somehow body slammed Andre the Giant. He died 3 days later, and then also somehow he was able to like tame an elephant and also like somehow go and work at WrestleMania 9 and screw Bret Hart over. I could just go on, but if I haven't said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Fuck you, Hulk Hogan. I'm more excited to see the Von Erich movie than the Hulk Hogan biopic. Just saying. But hey, this movie may happen. It may not. Who gives a shit? At the end of the day, fuck Hulk Hogan. Okay, this? God, what a segue from that into this. B-roll, why don't you tell us about this? Because I don't think I can do it with a straight face.
So, welcome to Pound Town.
Yes.
There's going to be live wrestling Thursday night, Pound Town.
It's Pound Town Wrestling, which is being
advised 21 plus.
Yes, which is being put on by the former Funkadactyl herself, Cameron, aka Ariana Andrew, and it's called Pound Town Wrestling. What the fuck? And I think all the more intrigue is like you have to be 21. This poster, it doesn't tell me a goddamn thing about that this is a wrestling show. Like, what the fuck is this going to be?
It says live wrestling right there.
Yeah, and like little tiny print. Like, so nonetheless, Pound Town Wrestling's coming to a town near you. Oh dear God, I feel so dirty. Speaking of dirty, let's go to Jay with the dirt sheet news.
Carlito returning at Fastlane is not news. We reported that like 3 months. Hey, it's your boy Jay, bona fide member of the Dirt Sheet Press, and here's some stories you may have missed this past week within professional wrestling. And CM Punk may be going to WWE. Ever since CM Punk was fired by that bastard Tony Khan in the evil AEW. I'm assuming that's how Punk thinks of him. I don't know. But ever since CM Punk was fired by AEW, everybody's wondering, when will CM Punk return to WWE? Some backstage are saying a return is more likely than ever. But others are saying Punk's really not that hot. WWE is on top of the world right now. And why would they ruin their backstage aura by bringing in a cancer like CM Punk? Also, their 2 biggest stars, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, also do not want Punk there. Punk's going to be demanding a high price, and the WWE, at least right now, are not looking to match it. So we're getting 2 conflicting stories from backstage, but I'm willing to bet it will be quite a while, as the Dirt Sheet News has dug up, that CM Punk is still involved in a pretty big legal battle with AEW that may take months, even years, to settle. But speaking of CM Punk, FTR lost their tag team titles on Collision. And funny enough, earlier in the week, they filed for the trademark CM-FTR. People believe that FTR is about to leave AEW, but that is far from the truth. Turns out, CM-FTR is a trademark that could be used in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as FTR can wrestle there whenever AEW is not using them. And more likely than not, there is an injury to one of the members of FTR, as it turns out FTR is signed to AEW through 2027. And in Jade Cargill news, she was shown during the Fastlane pay-per-view shaking hands with Triple H, but it may be as late as Survivor Series before we see Jade in the ring, as WWE wants to make sure she is 100% ready, as they are going to strap the rocket to her back. And those just aren't the facts, those are the dirty facts. the Dirt Sheet News.
Oh, Jay, we love you, and it's great to see you back, my friend. Well, in other news in the world of pro wrestling, how about this? The 49ers tight end George Kittle is going to be making his in-ring debut here in a couple months, apparently, as he's going to be wrestling like on an indie show, I guess, in California.
I'm sure the 49ers love that.
Oh, I was just thinking, I was like, I'm surprised they're kind of letting him do that during the season, but hey, nonetheless, man, like George Kittle, we all know is a huge wrestling fan, so it's gonna be cool to see what he does in the ring. I think he's teaming up with Penta, believe it or not.
Okay, well,
So, but nonetheless, it's gonna be exciting to see what happens with George Kittle. Also, it is officially announced the replacement for Kevin Kelly is here in New Japan Pro Wrestling on English commentary. And it's going to be one Walker Stewart. And I just got to say, I'm getting lost in his eyes. What? Anyways, so it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be kind of weird that Kevin Kelly isn't going to be on New Japan. But anyways, what?
Yeet.
Yeet. Oh, sorry. Well, it's come to that time of the week. Let's go to Brian with Brian's random moment of the week.
Hello. Back again for another portion of Brian's random moment of the week here on PW60, 6 to the 0. And, continuing about factions and your ultimate versions of them. And, of course, we looked in Extreme Championship Wrestling at the Triple Threat last week. Going to move on to a faction that did not have nearly the amount of championship success as the Triple Threat, but very entertaining faction in the original ECW. And how appropriate, blue on the wall, blue in the shirt, and if you could see it, blue eyes, baby. I got a picture of the guys, red, white, and blue, baby, America, ha ha. So, I'm bringing up blue, which by the way is my favorite color for anybody who is wondering or wants to know. Talking about the blue world order, of course, ECW's parody of the WCW New World Order faction. Obviously, you had your three main members. You had Hollywood Nova, brother, and you had the blue guy, and of course, the blue meanie, who was hilarious with that, and his meanie dance was awesome. And, of course, Big Stevie Cool, Stevie Richards. So, that's your three full-time members. And, a little fun fact, of course, the first official ECW pay-per-view, Barely Legal, in 1997, saw the Takamichinoku Dick Togo. By the way, both those, of course, still around in New Japan Pro Wrestling today. And Men's Teoa, I think is how you pronounce it, as the Japanese contingent of the BWO. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to keep two of the full-term members. So the Japanese contingent would be your short-term. Keep two of the full-time, one of the Japanese contingent short-term members, and then add somebody in from an ECW, from WCW in that same time period, WWF in that time period, and build your own ultimate version of the BWO. Blue World Order. Woohoo! Have fun with it, and look forward to your comments and your answers. Blue morning, blue day. I gotta stop singing. Bye.
I'm blue. Oh, sorry. Brian, we thank you again. Bringing the fire with such great questions he always asks. We love you, buddy. And we also love our Wrestle Talk content creators. And this week, our Ruby Ringside Wrestle Talk content creator of the week. Why don't you tell us all about Mr. B-Roll?
Yes, this one right here is going to be one of our good close personal friends. It's Red, or better known as just Red. But great content creator, has lots of funny videos, has some awesome wrestling takes, and also is very into like the whole cosplay thing. And so, also big horror fan. So around this time of year, spooky season, perfect one to highlight as we are in full-fledged spooky season.
Yes, indeed. And he is the Ruby Ringside Wrestle Talk content creator of the week. Well, Mr. B-Roll, it appears as if Dragon Lee is going to be called up to the main roster, as we got to see him this past week on Friday Night SmackDown. Looks like this is going to be more of a permanent fixture here on either Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown. How you feel about that?
That's pretty dope. When he was signed, honestly, I was a little surprised that he didn't go straight to the main roster.
He's definitely one of those guys who it's like I could see going on to the main roster for sure.
Yeah.
Not shocked to see him at the least bit on that he's getting called up right away. Definitely deserves it. Can't wait to see what he's going to do in the WWE. And finally, guess who's back? Back again for our last story this week on PW60. Yes, we got to talk about it. The latest updates on CM Punk returning to the WWE. It's looking more and more likely, Mr. B-Roll, that this is going to possibly take place. And as we get closer and closer to Survivor Series, you know, the IWC and wrestling fans and Meltzer and Brian Gerwitz and all those guys are going to be throwing their 2 cents in that he's going to show up at Survivor Series. Do you think it happens that soon? Or do you think this is going to be a little while? Or do you even think he shows back up in the WWE? Or do you even care?
The latter.
The latter. Well, there you have it, folks. But nonetheless, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with CM Punk going forward, and hopefully it's in the positive light. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of Pro Wrestling 60. As always, I'm XLJ, the OG, joined with my partner, Mr. B-Roll. And it's been a hell of a week this week, but it's going to be an even more interesting week, I'm sure, this week. So everybody have an amazing week, and we'll see you next week here on PW60. Let's go.